Hello and welcome to week 7 of the Random Cup Percent tournament here. We are in our semifinal match featuring our rank 2 through 5 finishers. Again, this is a vodcast, so we already know what happened on our side, but all of you will hopefully be surprised by what you see. I am Aaron TU2, and with me today on comms is Velu V.
Hey, how's it going today?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Ready to see some Random Cup action here. Of course, we've got our set with all kinds of tri-stated options. Tri-stated might be on, it might be off. You just kind of won't know until you get in there and find out. Of course, our chess are so all these things that I mentioned here are going to be random chess locations, random map, random spell learning, stair shuffle, prices, XP requirements, and heal and hurt before more are all tri-stated on. Random growth is going to be a always on thing. So random X next level. Or actually, I'm sorry, random growth is your stats that go up. I'm sorry. We've all Death Necklace, Torches in Battle, Permanent Repel, and Repel in Dungeons are also all tri-stated on. Permanent Torch will be on for this. Monster abilities, zones, stats, and gold, as well as Scared Metal Slimes and Scared Metal Slime XP, all tri-stated. Shortcuts, all of our speed hacks are tri-stated on, including not requiring magic keys, short Sharlock, open Sharlock, and the Summer Sale. And the big thing today, no hurt more is tri-stated. No numbers is tri-stated. And of course, the treasure guards guarding our key items is also tri-stated for this run.
Yes, this is going to be very exciting, and we're going to know right off the bat, though, as we are starting, whether or not a few of these flags are on. Yeah, here we go.
Awesome. So we'll see what's inside this treasury, and immediately, there's no key, then we know there's no key.
But we do have numbers. We kind of knew that, but yeah. And Erdrick's Sword right off the bat, that is going to make for an interesting seed. Whenever you get all that extra strength, it can kind of trivialize the early grind.
It can. Now, if doesn't your attack power affects whether your repel ability, right? So it could also be a bad thing if permanent repel is on. They might not be able to catch those early monsters.
Good point. And yeah, I guess that does matter. No, wait, no.
Or is it defense power for repel?
Yeah, it's defense. You got me confused. I was thinking of strength from running. I got completely confused myself. It does look like we have random chest results, but not random chest locations. But we do have infinite keys as well, seeing that money at the start. So looks like Highspirits is going for a bit of a grind. Everybody else is running immediately out, and I believe that is random monster stats, but vanilla experience. So this is probably going to be really jetty. That combination is usually leads to just a ton of experience really quickly.
Yeah, as Brian Williams and dk9146 get catapulted to level 6 with just killing that one was a werewolf there. Wolf Lord.
And Hawk's Nest, first town we see right next door there. We see Tablet Cave. We don't know if Stair Shuffler is on or out yet, but we probably will very quickly. I think Brian's going to check. Man, and DK finding a one-shot Armored Knight, that's a ton of experience. That's going to boost you up real quick.
Yeah, you see that all the way up to level 10 there. So we got 27 experience, or rather attack power, going to level 6, and then another 29 going to level 10.
And we did see Stair Shuffle was on. I think as soon as Brian saw that wasn't Tablet 2, he noped out of it. Again, I don't think he's really gained the levels yet like some of the others. So Demon Knight's also one shot in this early zone. Experience is going to come in. What we haven't seen is if permanent repel is on or not, which would be a little tricky because the stats are randomized, so we won't know until, well, basically if we see somebody defense broken, then we know it's off. And if we see nobody fighting people that used to be there for a while, then we know it's on.
Yeah, precisely. dk9146, happy to just be grinding here right outside the desert, picking up for those really quick, easy enemies for the quick experience. He's already at level 13. Now, of course, you're guaranteed to learn all the spells that you need by level 16, and we still have Hurt more, potentially not even in the game. Starting with Erdrick's Sword, though, probably makes that a little less of a, kind of a bad flag.
Yeah, he has 135 attack power at level 13. I don't think he's going to even care if Hurt more shows up.
Yep, exactly.
That is correct. The top 2 finishers on screen will be going on to the finals, along with Minva and our actual race winner, which we'll announce once they finish cross the finish line.
Highspirits now finding the monsters and starting to gain some experience as dk9146 finds the Stone Man guarding on the spike tile in Hawksness. He's taken it out, so we'll see what's underneath. It's a fairy flute. If they run into golems, that could be useful.
He's going to be real happy to see that. Stone Man is very weak. It can be killed with a really good hit or with Hurt. I mean, with 135 attack power, you're doing 5 damage to it. It's got a ton of defense. So probably see that one in Sharlock as well.
That's a pretty nice little grind, and DK has actually decided I'm going to go ahead and cash in on this little grind right here. It takes him to level 14 and another 11 attack power. This is a very strong hero. He gets the return spell on as well.
So we've seen 2 of the overworld search spots. Highspirits hitting up Cole and finding nothing there. Nothing in the flute. If you saw both of those things, you'd have to be thinking this is probably going to be an open Sharlock. It doesn't have to be, but it's going to lean that way. And looks like, yeah, our prices are pretty random today. Nothing there looked really worth buying.
Yeah, no super sale. But yeah, we're ducking around. Looks like DK has found some keys and is going to check the back of Tantagel, and we've got the Jerk underneath the castle.
All right, and I don't think Highspirits got anything out of Breckenary either, did he?
I saw him check the shop, but I didn't see if he purchased anything.
I mean, with starting with Sword, I think probably the only thing people are really want to buy is some sort of shield at some point. But Silver Shield could be really cheap. Were the items vanilla in the shops though? I think they were.
I didn't see the menu fast enough to find out. Brian Williams now taking on Stone Man in the lower right as DK has found the grave. I think Angel FM is also in the grave. Yeah, virtually the same spot.
Seeing Highspirits go directly down here, we must have vanilla results because this is the only place you can buy a Silver Shield, which he does. So getting that right off the bat could help if there's any sort of nervousness going into Sharlock. But we also know that assuming Sharlock is a full Sharlock and not a short Sharlock, we do have Stair Shuffle on, so it could be a bit of a travail to get through that. And hey, 38 gold magic armor, wonderful.
That's whether you're counting on getting the armor or not, for 38 gold, you might as well just pick that thing up. And it looks like Highspirits also has a Silver Shield. I'm not sure if he picked that up in the same shopping trip or not, but apparently they are also within reason.
So Angel noping out of the shopping too. He's going to check the coal location where he's going to find nothing. DK found a Wizard in Stone's Cave, though. That means that there is definitely something valuable underneath this. And it is the armor. Wow.
So all of our key places, I think you're right on there with open Sharlock, as we've kind of seen all of these pulls. Nothing has been, like a harp or a token or something like that. Just really, as you were saying earlier, leaning towards it likely being an open Sharlock.
And we just saw DK one-shot a Red Dragon for 350 experience. That, if he can find those reliably, that might be better than anything you do in Hawksness.
Oh yeah, like that little swamp peninsula right there, that is a place to hang. Although, do you really need any more levels? Like DK at this point, he's got 98 hit points, he's got 137 AP. Magic points are even where they need to be. I would be looking for Sharlock ASAP because it's pretty much go stats right there.
Yeah, so he's got sword, he's got armor. If he can find Sharlock, he's basically just looking for magic, I think. And there's Sharlock.
There it is in the corner. This might be one of those quick 20-minute seeds.
Be really nerve-wracking. We did see no coordinates yet, and it's open Charlock, so there we go. It's just a matter of getting the last few remaining stats we're going to need.
Yep, DK just checking his stats there. Still has no shield whatsoever, so that does kind of hurt on the defense side of things. Highspirits is in a good position having that silver shield already in his inventory. In fact, Highspirits is the only one to have picked up a shield.
I think what we're going to have to see here is who gets to the armor now. How long do they miss Stone's Cave? And is DK able to just kind of run away with this because of that? We see the normal... We do have a full-size Charlock, even though it's open. So, and it looks like the top entrance goes immediately to the Hourglass room in Charlock, which is a dead end.
Yep, so have to check the other stairwells. So again, even though the stair shuffler is on, I believe the logic does make it so that Charlock bottom has to be connected to Charlock top, and not to the other caves.
Correct, and that has been mentioned too. There's some issue with the stats. We might have like the wrong seed loaded up or something. The names are correct, so we just kind of ignore that for now.
Oh, the stats on our tracker? Maybe not 137 AP?
Yeah, I don't know. The spells seem to be right, though, I think, which is weird. Well, I guess it'll be a mystery to us what Go mode is, and we saw what on DK's screen he had something 77 magic and something around was 128 attack, so it's pretty borderline at this point. But we should also mention that with the enemies being their stats being randomized, even though their experience in gold is not, that means the Dragon Lord is going to be randomized too. So, Dragon Lord 1 could have any sort of deadly spells, could have 255 attack power, all that fun stuff. And Dragon Lord 2 could have 100 hit points, he could have 255.
Right, so there's quite a bit of variance there. And it makes that stop spell, which I think they actually know stop spell already, but kind of makes it in a chaos seed. You want to have that going into your Dragon Lord fight. Of course, it looks like they're going to level 16 anyway, so all spells will be out.
Right, as Tristle's mentioning in chat, what Go mode is in a seed like this, where you have Charlock with Stair Shuffle on and a Dragon Lord of an unknown quantity. What he's going to actually be able to do, what is decided to be the level to go, could be at fairly strong variance here and might end up deciding the result of this race.
Quick equipment upgrade. Brian Williams has picked up a half plate and a large shield. Everybody else has Erdrick's armor. And Highspirit's still the only one to pick up silver shield. No shields at all for Angel and DK.
Level 16 is very borderline. I think that was 129 attack power with just over 80 MP. It looks like DK is going back in for another round on the Stoneman.
Yep, and with the random level growth, it's kind of hard to tell how much you have to go. So you just kind of have to fight, and hope that it comes out. Maybe you take a Death Warp and see what the king says. I didn't see anybody rescue a princess, so having Gwaelin tell us through her little positioning information system doesn't seem to be worth it to any of our runners here. In fact, I don't even think we've seen a swamp cave.
And you just say that, and then Brian picks into it. So we'll see what he does with this. If he bothers the princess, if he looks at the grind tile, could be something useful there.
I was going to say, a red dragon on that grind tile would be just chef's kiss.
Well, he did manage to find Remolder, which has very limited use in this sort of seed, but if there's something good in it, which we know, like, the best thing you could probably find here would be the Death Necklace, I think. Fighter's Ring, maybe. Gold is probably not going to help.
And not too much use for gold in this seed here. But it looks like everybody's preferred grind. Well, Highspirits and DK are enjoying the Stone Man. I'm not sure what Angel is hunting in this desert here, but has decided that he likes it.
Oh, he may have seen Red Dragon or something. Now, the Wyverns aren't particularly good because they seem to have a lot of hit points. Like, two-shotting a Wyvern for 64 experience in desert zone is generally not what you want to do, but he might just not have found anything else and wants to stick with it.
Yeah, it could be that this is... I'm not sure if this is close to Sharlock or not. I mean, there's a little town up there. Maybe this is kind of like a little base of operations for Angel.
Yeah, it is just a little bit south of Sharlock. Maybe he was hoping for the next level. I don't actually remember if our experience was randomized or not.
I believe it is. So on the actual flag set, that one is... Oh, no, wait, that's growth. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of... I'm confusing growth with experience.
Oh, yeah, it has to be, because Highspirits is at level 15 and just got level 16 at 3,400. So that level 16, again, is real borderline, but DK is still in Sharlock. I think he found both the north and west pass through were immediate dead ends, though. So probably, I don't know, it just depends on what we're going to see here in the stair shuffle down here, but this could be a straight shot, and the whole stair shuffle part of Sharlock could be a bit of a no-go.
Yeah, shuffled a little bit, but nothing you can't deal with as he gets out of the U room. Looks like this is where this is the path to the vanilla sword. In one of those little corners, into another little corner.
It's currently having a very high rate of stairs per second.
And now we've made it to grave 4.
Again,
or at least the 4th chest, I mean. Oh, sorry to cut you off.
Oh, you're fine. Technically, this is what you would call a walkthrough level because there's 2 stairs. So even though you got pretty much the longest distance you have to walk in any level to go from stair to stair in the entire game, it's still it's just still one path through.
Yeah, anytime you're in a room that doesn't have branches, it makes it a little bit nicer for the stair shuffler. Stone Man might send him home, though. Yeah, DK gets stopped by a Stone Man. I think maybe he was trying to run and it didn't work for him, then tried to fight and that didn't work either.
Oh, but yeah, we saw level 17 is more than double the experience that level 16 was. So anyone who's going to 17 is going to be in for quite a grind, which is what we see Highspirits doing right now, and probably what Angel is doing. I think the zone he's in, we've seen red dragons, and you might be looking for them, but again, we're not sure if permanent repel is on or not, and it's quite possible those red dragons might be ghosted at this point.
Right, like, I don't know if that scorpion is that strong to be repelled as well. I mean, with random monsters, it very well could be. There's a red dragon.
All right, and permanent repel is on, says one of our racers, so there we go. And DK going in now for his second serious dive. Again, his stats, if the Dragon Lord isn't too strong, he's probably fine here. It's just going to be a matter of withstanding this. And one of the things about the random enemy stats is that the way the monsters work, the run variable, which normally just incredibly benefits Stonemen and Armored Knights and Red Dragons, is actually applied by zone. So everything inside of Sharlock is given the hardest multiplier to run from. Which, when you get random stats, that could have 200 agility enemies, and running from them is just a big old good luck.
I wasn't aware of that. That's pretty scary, actually.
And Brian Williams found Mountain 2, going through it. Again, what we've seen, there has been no need whatsoever to do any cave diving. So, unless, again, the Fighter's Ring, which he has equipped, could actually help quite a bit at his level if he decided to go. It's an extra, probably shaves off a round on average, just by increasing your average damage by almost 1 on the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, those low levels, or rather low attack power levels, every point or two really does make an impact in terms of it. Just because, as you mentioned, if you're doing 1 more round, but over, 15 rounds, that's like 15 more damage that you've done.
And DK taking another death, but I think he's just going to go straight back. Yep, that's the move he's looking for. He's skipping Hawks, and that's going to go straight down to Sharlock and just try again. But he's had terrible luck getting away from the enemies in Sharlock, which is probably attributed to that. What I just said about the agility lock just being terrible.
Yeah, now Highspirits also making his dive. We know that this left is going to take him to a dead end, but he will have figured out that the right path is the way to go in just a moment.
And as a reminder to everyone, the way this works, the winner of this race will automatically qualify. We'll announce that once their time has passed on here. Niminva has also automatically qualified as for winning last week. And then the top 2 people on stream qualify. There were 2 more people in this round who will not be on stream, who will not be making it, and that'll become obvious once we announce the winner.
Brian Williams now checking kind of all of the grave. Unfortunately, we know that this is kind of a fool's errand. He's kind of off on a wild goose chase. But he's giving us a good view of all of the dungeons. So that's...
Yeah, if you really enjoy Stair Shuffle and thinking about how different things can connect and stuff, I mean, you could at least say that Brian Williams has seen Grave 2, so we know that that's not in Sherlock, although I think we kind of already had a feeling that you're through that anyway. Now, DK has made it further than I think he's made it before now, in through another one of the connecting Sherlock rooms, and now he's in one of the later Grave floors. I don't think he's realized it yet, though.
Yeah, I think that's the you take it down and it takes you to the little diamond room in the grave, like right before the where the chest is.
Right, and now he's got the other diamond room, the one that's in grave. And let's see. Oh, there is the basement of Sherlock, so he's made it through. Highspirits is just a screen behind him. Angel FM is he's in Sherlock as well, and he hasn't quite figured it out. He's in tablet 2, and I think he's bolting out of there.
Highspirits hitting outside, not happy with his resources or perhaps his level. He's figured out the path.
He had used a what do you call it? A heal, or he had been down 1 heal more. So it looks like he's going to try to grind out the next level. DK, however, is going in at 16. So and he's still got full resources from what I tell. So if he's able to clear this, this could be it.
Yeah, he's just got to get past this gold man here. He's not hitting it very hard, so it seems like a fairly defensive gold man.
And announcing it in chat because we've finally passed that time. Bob Pineapple won the race with a 20:02. So congratulations, Bob. You are moving on to the next round.
Good game, Bob Pineapple. MD. I'm not sure if that's Doctor or Maryland, so we'll just leave it MD.
Apparently Bob forgot what his time was, so that's excellent.
It's no numbers, it's random time.
Meanwhile, DK is doing heel walk. I think he finally gave up on it. It's always real scary to do with potentially high agility enemies down here in the basement. But we'll see how the Dragon Lord goes. Dragon Lord one fight, and he uses sleep right off the bat. Wonderful, but also using hurt.
Yeah, Sleep Hurt's not the worst combo for a DL1, and it goes down in just a couple of swings. And DL2 reveals its true form. First attack, 12 damage. And the 13 brings him up to 25. No shenanigans so far out of this Dragon Lord. Now, occasionally they can know a heal more and throw that right at the very end. But it looks like he's not doing any of the tricky sleeps or anything like that.
Actually, to correct you, they can no heal, not heal more. So,
is that?
Yeah, the only spells that they can have are heal and sleep. Because stop spell would make them ridiculously silly because, who's going to come in without the armor? And anything else I think would be considered too mean.
You want to hurt more Dragon Lord? I want a Dragon Lord that casts Repel.
I haven't been keeping track of how much damage he's done, but I think he's near the 100 point mark where any attack could possibly kill the Dragon Lord, and he did. The Dragon Lord goes down. So just a few seconds here, we're going to see DK cross the line in second place.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid Dragon Lord fight there. And there he goes into the castle to talk to the king.
And meanwhile, Angel is also on the basement floor with full resources. So if he's able to get through this stuff, and he might have the same sort of luck DK did. We saw how many? We have like 3 or 4 Humors left. He had plenty of resources.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Highspirits has grinded to level 18 and is still going. Probably going to go until all of his magic points are exhausted here.
All right, so here it is. Our last position in the finals is going to be what happens with Angel right now. If he's able to clear this, he's in perfect position for it. Although Brian Williams has made it to the basement. Does he have Erdrick's armor now? I think he got it. So
I don't think he
could. Although he's only got 39 MP too, so he's basically, even if he did have the armor, which he apparently does not, he's basically out of luck at this point.
Yeah, I don't think he ever found that Stones Cave. Well, clearly he hasn't, because we are searching down here. But yeah, Angel is just been declared fool, so we'll see if the fight goes as well for him. There's that sleep.
And apologies to Tristal beforehand, but at this time, I believe Tristal was actually fighting the Dragon Lord at level 16. However, and we don't see him on screen, but however, his fight didn't go so well. Got abused pretty badly by Dragon Lord 1 with the sleep attacks, and went with the stop spell strategies on the Dragon Lord, which didn't work on much. So if my math was right, bailed out at 2430 with 63 damage on the Dragon Lord. Maybe had a shot if he would have continued on, but I don't know. It was probably like a pretty big underdog at that point.
Angel FM probably about a quarter away through his Dragon Lord. Hitting more in the 10s and 11s, whereas on DK's screen we were seeing more 13s and 12s.
And Brian, just about to find the wizard that's been haunting his dreams, guarding that armor, runs away immediately, and he's got to feel real bad about the situation right about now.
DK got bit for 49 damage, left him with 1 hit point, so just narrowly getting through that attack, but he's back on the cycle now.
Or do you mean Angel?
Or sorry, yeah, Angel. I'm sorry, I'm saying...
All right, and there he is down. Angel FM, the second one on screen here to finish off the Dragon Lord. And we'll be finishing the second person, our last qualifier for the finals, on screen here in just a moment.
There it is. Get those GGs out for Angel FM, finishing second. Well, second on screen.
And the important part is the actual qualification. You could finish... Well, he finished, I think, 6th last week out of 7 people who qualified or something like that. No, he was 5th. And then this week, finishing 4th or 3rd, which is the last spot to qualify. So didn't exactly, like the regular season where he finished, I think, 1st through 5th in every single race. Not having the best playoffs, but as long as you just inch in, that's all that matters.
Yep. Now, meanwhile, Highspirits checking the treasury now. I'm not sure what that's all about. He left 1 chest. Oh, I guess because level 18 came with, like, no attack power. He's probably looking for like, a death necklace or something.
Yeah, death necklace would have worked. Fighter's ring would have worked. You got 1 attack from 16 to 18. So all that time, there's like, and the stats are updated now. I think we got the right thing up there. He's got the silver shield, but the only thing he really gained was a couple of heal more casts.
Yeah, it was not the greatest of levels, very clearly. And Tristal pointing out that to get to level 19 is an additional 9,000 experience points, which is basically doubling where he's at now. So it's time to go check.
So, yep, there we are. And what we're going to see here, if Highspirits is able to finish this out, he'll be 4th for the week, which, again, unfortunately does not qualify, but be right on the borderline. And, again, he was someone who qualified in 11th last week. I think nabbed the last spot in the quarterfinals by 6 seconds over Archfield Monk. So he's kind of on the borderline the entire time and just wasn't able to quite do it this week.
Such is the tournament life. We've got a nice close pack here, so I'm excited to see the finals as our runners on screen. Looks like they're making their way to the end. Looks like Brian has finally picked up his Erdrick's armor and is making his way through the cave, or rather the Sharlock. Meanwhile, Highspirits fighting Dragonlord should be a shoe-in to win this, as we've seen other folks do it with slightly worse stats.
There are some cosmetics that will change the checksum. I'm not sure which ones were checked or whatever on the seed that he sent you, but that can happen. Fortunately, it didn't matter a whole lot for Brian Williams anyway, since he's ending up here at best in 5th place. And again, not mentioned before, but our two other runners who were not able to qualify were Big Slamu and Tristal, finishing in 6th and 7th, respectively. And I think we'll have their times on there after this.
Highspirits takes down his Dragonlord. Looks like Kamion's been counting with us using the old man there. So 107 was enough to take him down. So a pretty low rolling Dragonlord there.
And there we go. Highspirits finishing in 3rd with a final time of 29:21. And now Brian Williams is going to wrap us up here, hopefully being able to finish up this Dragonlord fight in one go.
It starts off with a big ol' 50-point bite. And so poor Brian Williams pretty much full cleared the entire game. He got the treasury in Sharlock. He did most of the grave, all of Mountain. Finally found his Erdrick's armor and is going in for the fight. And again, this should be a shoe-in to win. Only needing 107 damage. Although this is close. We saw that Dragonlord bite him for 50 before.
Yeah, and that's the one thing we noticed about DK when he got hit so hard. He did not have any shield. So shieldless, 65 defense, I think, to go into the finals, but it was enough.
Defense power is a myth.
And also to mention, this is the first time we've seen Brian Williams on screen this entire tournament. He's managed to dodge the restream every time by a spot or two. Made it all the way through to this round, just only to get shown here on the last day and unfortunately not qualifying. Although we have to give big thanks to brianwilliams42. I think he was the person who had the original idea for this tournament and helped. I think he's kind of the head organizer for it. So GG's to you, Brian, for a well-run tournament. We appreciate your efforts, even if the efforts in the actual tournament are ending today.
Still made it much further than I did, so definitely well played. And he's going to talk to that king, so get those GGs out for our final on-screen runner, Brian Williams, getting that last trumpet fanfare.
Right, and again, we had a lot of seeds recently where I've just been really like roller skating fast through them, and this was one of them. It makes it a little bit challenging and a little bit random, but if you're thinking about it, once you see that stuff, you have to know that the gas is on. You can't really afford to lose any time. You got to play real tight.
Yeah, definitely have to go fast. I think going back to standard racing is going to be a bit of a challenge, just with the big maps and just none of the random craziness. So it's been fun watching and playing through the all the new flags, and with the tri-state just not knowing what's going to happen.
And there we go, Dragonlord with 106 hit points. He could have had anywhere from 100 to 255, I believe. And or maybe it's 235. I can't remember if the Dragonlord isn't all the way up or not. But either way, it was a fairly easily to handle one. Unfortunately, that 7 out of 16 stop rate really kind of hurt Tristal on this one. Again, we didn't see him on screen, but that was one of the major factors, I think, in the way his race went and how it ultimately turned out here on screen. And I believe in a moment or two, we're going to switch over to the, what do you call them? Here, there it is, the spreadsheet, the PowerPoint presentation. Week 7, probably can't always get what you want. Well, a few people got what they wanted today.
Yeah, a couple folks got some victories, and a couple folks got to sit back and watch the finals from home without the stress of the race.
But GG's to everyone who participated and got this far. It was there were a lot of very challenging flag sets and a lot of stuff like this where you get hit very early on with the, the realization that things are going to be incredibly challenging.
And of course, we've got our Week 7 results and the one word for the seed. We got Bob Pineapple finishing first, 2002. Turbojet, DK calling it short, and Angel FM talking about encounters. Highspirits says Hurt is good. Brian Williams cleared the thing. Big Slamoo, exploration fail, and Tristal had to re-roll the sword. Re-roll sword. Oh, re-roll because we got the sword. That makes sense. I agree, Tristal.
Yeah, Sword and Tantagel can make a lot of things really hectic really quick. So, but now on to week 8. These are the finals. There are 2 races. Race 1 is Challenge Accepted, where everything is tri-stated, including all challenge flags, except alternate run conditions are off, make stats consistent are off, and alternate win conditions are off. And those 2 get to go off in the final race, Bailey.
Yeah, and so in that final race, that's going to be the true random percent. All non-cosmetic flags are turned on except for must defeat DL2, and only the menu wrap is on. So menu wrap will be stayed on. Boy, I could imagine having that tri-stated and all of the mismenus that would come with that. But yeah, that is the true random percent. Pretty much everything's tri-state.
Yep, and those 4 players will be Niminva, Angel, DK, and Bob Pineapple. So congratulations to the 4 of you. We look forward to watching this sort of crazy race whenever it gets scheduled.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the finals, and wrapping up the big tournament. It's been a couple of months, and it's all coming to a head next week. So make sure you turn into DW Randomizer and check it out.
I think menu wrap is on for both of them, Nim. Sorry. I think it was just mentioned that specifically, but that would be a pain, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think the reason why they're specifying it in the bottom because it's like everything is on except for this, right?
Yep. But again, on behalf of the Dragon Warrior Randomizer community, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again sometime this week with race 1 of the finals.
Yeah, good night, everybody, or good afternoon.